Global Awakening, the evolution of collective consciousness and the future of humanity. In these times of rapid change and global uncertainty, many sense an underground movement, a wave of transformation sweeping the planet. It's not just a political or economic shift, but something much more profound, an awakening of collective consciousness. We're witnessing an acceleration in awareness regarding the environment, social justice, spirituality, and the interconnectedness of all beings. It seems humanity is reaching a critical threshold, a point of no return beyond which our worldview can no longer be the same. Thoth, the great celestial scribe and custodian of ancestral knowledge, in his emerald tablets spoke of cosmic cycles and ages of light and darkness, moments when humanity would have the opportunity to raise its vibration and consciousness. He left us the keys to understanding that the destiny of the individual is inextricably linked to that of the collective. This global awakening is not a utopian dream, but a concrete possibility unfolding, an invitation to actively participate in the creation of a more harmonious future. There's a special energy that flows when we connect with those who seek the truth. If the idea of a future guided by a higher consciousness excites you and you want to be part of this shift, we invite you to join our growing community of seekers. Give this video a hype now. It's a small gesture that helps us enormously spread these messages of light. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future insights into these paths of awareness that open the mind and spirit to new evolutionary frontiers. The concept of collective consciousness, first introduced by sociologist Emile Durkheim, describes the set of shared beliefs, ideas, and moral attitudes within a society which function as a unifying force. However, in a spiritual and awakening context, collective consciousness takes on a much broader dimension, transcending cultural and national boundaries to embrace all of humanity. It is an energetic and informational field that connects us all, influencing one another. Every thought, every emotion, every individual action does not remain isolated, but contributes to weaving this universal tapestry. The emerald tablets of Thoth, with their hermetic principle of one is all and all is one, perfectly illustrate this interconnectedness. We are all cells of a single great planetary organism. At this moment in history, we are witnessing an unprecedented acceleration of this process. Ecological, social, and economic crises are not only challenges to be faced, but powerful catalysts that force us to deeply reflect on our interdependence. The virus, the climate crisis, and global injustices demonstrate unequivocally that we can no longer live as separate entities. The pain of one is the pain of all. The joy of one elevates the energy of all. This is the heart of the global awakening, a growing understanding that our survival and well-being depend on our ability to act as a unified consciousness, overcoming artificial divisions and recognizing our common essence. The evolution of this collective consciousness is not a linear process, but rather a series of quantum leaps, moments of intense transformation followed by periods of integration. We are in one of these pivotal moments. Historically, human consciousness has passed through various phases, from the magical consciousness of primitive tribes to the mythical consciousness of ancient civilizations to the rational scientific consciousness of the modern age. Now we are emerging into a new phase, which we might call integral or holistic consciousness, where science and spirituality begin to converge, where the individual recognizes their connection to the whole. Thoth, as master of cosmic cycles and the revelation of hidden truths, left us precise indications regarding these transitional periods. He knew the importance of aligning with universal laws to enable the evolution of the species. This awakening is not imposed from above, but is a bottom-up movement, nurtured by millions of individuals who, simultaneously and independently, are beginning to ask deeper questions, to seek meaning beyond materialism, and to desire a better world. The movements for peace, sustainability, human rights, and equality are all manifestations of this emerging consciousness. These are no longer isolated phenomena, but expressions of a single, great collective desire for harmony and wholeness. The interconnectivity enabled by technology, though it may sometimes seem divisive, is also a powerful tool that amplifies the spread of these new ideas and enables an unprecedented global resonance, accelerating the process of unifying consciousness. What is our role in this global awakening? We must not wait for change to occur outside of ourselves. We ourselves are the agents of this change. Every choice we make, every word we speak, every thought we cultivate contributes to the collective energy. Introspection practices, such as meditation and mindfulness, are not only for individual well-being, but are acts of service to the collective, as they raise our vibration and consequently that of the collective field of consciousness. As the Emerald Tablets of Thoth taught, true magic begins within, with the purification of our being and the discovery of our true divine nature. Acting with compassion, empathy, and responsibility toward others and the planet are concrete manifestations of this new consciousness. Heroic deeds aren't necessary. Sometimes the most revolutionary gesture is simply living in alignment with the values of unity and love. The future of humanity is not predetermined, but a blank canvas we are collectively painting day by day. We are called to choose whether to continue with old paradigms of separation and conflict, or embrace this opportunity for awakening, creating a reality based on harmony and awareness of our interconnectedness. Thoth, the bearer of light and knowledge, urges us to be guardians of truth and to manifest wisdom in the world, each contributing our own spark to illuminate the collective path. It is an invitation to rediscover our individual sovereignty and use it for the greater good of all. To better understand this profound truth and see it come to life, I want to share with you an ancient tale, an echo of the teachings that Thoth has passed down through the ages. Deep in an ancient forest, where ancient trees rose like pillars toward the sky and rivers sang eternal melodies, lived a people of fireflies, small creatures who brought light to the night. Each firefly shone with its own individual light, a unique spark in the darkness. For generations, each firefly had lived its existence illuminating its own small space, focusing on its own light, often ignoring the others. They believed that their strength lay in their singularity, and that darkness was simply the natural state between one light and another. One day, a young firefly named Ilara, more curious and restless than the others, found herself gazing at the stars. She felt a call, a sensation that suggested there was something greater than her single light. A wise old man who had long dwelt in a cave adorned with symbols reminiscent of the ancient hieroglyphics of Thoth, heard her sigh. He was an ancient eagle owl, guardian of the legends and mysteries of the forest, and it was said he had learned wisdom directly from the winds that blew from the distant pyramids. "Elara," said the owl, his voice hoarse but resonant, "Thoth, the Lord of knowledge and universal harmony, has engraved the truth of interconnectedness in the hearts of all living things. Your light is precious, but its true power is revealed only when it recognizes its kinship with all other lights. You are a fragment of the great light, and so is every other firefly. The Emerald Tablets teach that each is in all, and all are in each." Ilara didn't quite understand. But how can we connect if everyone shines for themselves? The owl explained to her, "Thoth has given us the breath of awareness. Instead of shining only for yourself, Ilara, try to feel the light of the other fireflies. Not just see it, but feel it within you, as if it were your own spark." Ilara returned to her task, but with a new intention. Each night, as she illuminated her small space, she began to focus not only on her own glow, but also on the lights of the other fireflies around her. She tried to feel their presence, their energy, their rhythm. At first it was difficult. Her light flickered, but slowly she began to perceive a subtle vibration, an echo of the other lights. And when she did, her own light seemed to grow brighter, more stable. One night, a sudden storm struck the forest. Furious winds shook the trees, the rain beat incessantly, and the darkness was thicker than ever. The frightened fireflies reduced their lights to faint individual flickers, feeling lost and alone. But Ilara remembered the owl's words and the wisdom of Thoth. She began to radiate her light, not only for herself, but with the intention of connecting with all the other lights in the forest. And something extraordinary happened. As Ilara focused on this interconnectedness, other fireflies, sensing her intention, began to do the same. It wasn't a command, but a resonance. Soon, hundreds, then thousands of fireflies began to glow, no longer as isolated points, but as a single, pulsating wave of light that spread throughout the entire forest. Their collective glow not only pierced the darkness of the storm, but created a network of light so powerful that it instilled courage in the other animals and even somewhat calmed the wind. The eagle owl, watching from his cave, nodded. "This," he whispered, "is the global awakening. It is not a single light that conquers the darkness, but the realization that every single spark is part of a single, immense flame." Thoth would have smiled at this harmony. The fireflies had learned that their true strength lay not in their individuality, but in their conscious interconnection. From that night onward, they always shone together, weaving a single light that illuminated the entire forest, a beacon of hope and unity for all living things. Together we contemplated the magnificent concept of global awakening, understanding how our collective consciousness is evolving toward new heights of awareness, a process foretold by the ancient teachings of Thoth and the wisdom of the Emerald Tablets. Remember, your role in this grand scheme is crucial. Every spark of awareness you bring helps illuminate the path for all. True awakening is not merely personal, but expands, radiating into a field of unity and harmony. We invite you to treasure these insights, to live with intention, empathy, and connection, becoming a beacon of light for the future of humanity. May you always feel the strength of this interconnection and contribute your unique and precious essence. We sincerely thank you for sharing this moment of profound reflection with us and for your precious attention, bringing with you a fragment of this transformative vision that resonates across the centuries. If this vision of a conscious future has sparked a spark in you and you wish to continue exploring the mysteries of consciousness and contribute to this epochal shift, join our community of seekers of truth and wisdom. Subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already. Like this video to support us in our mission to spread the light of knowledge. And above all, leave us a comment below with 2 words that for you represent the essence of this transformation: unified consciousness. Your contributions, experiences, and reflections are a fundamental beacon for advancing our shared research and for weaving together the thread of a more conscious and fully realized existence. We look forward to seeing you in the next video to continue our extraordinary journey together, hand in hand, toward new revelations waiting to be discovered. Until then, may the light of Thoth's knowledge always guide you in your observation and construction of a bright future. See you soon.